Hello, y'all. It's Patrick for Life, and sorry last week I didn't have a week 2 predictions video, but this week I'm gonna have an NFL week 3 predictions video. This week looks a little interesting. Let's check it out. Okay, first game I'm gonna check is the Jaguars at Carolina to face the Panthers. Now let me start with the Jaguars. The Jaguars, the record doesn't speak for the team. The Jaguars are a bad team. I mean, don't get me wrong. Ernest Jones-Drew is a pretty good running back. They have quarterback issues. I think they're gonna have the rookie play this Sunday. The defense is bad. The offensive line is horrible. Okay, how do you allow a safety and you're five up front on a three-man rush? You give up a safety. That's a bad offensive line. Now the Panthers, they played great football. They should have won both games. Hell, last week they should have even beaten the Packers, but Cam Newton, he messed it up. But I think in Carolina, Cam Newton's gonna have his first career NFL win against the Jaguars. I'm going with the Panthers. Next, a showdown in the Superdome. The Houston Texans at the Saints. Now last week, Breeze, he just tore up the secondary. Pierre Thomas should do some good. The Texans, the offense, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. I don't know if Arian Foster is going to play this week. The defense is sensational. Not sensational, but they're good. But I think it's going to be too much of Drew Brees. It's going to come back to the quarterback battle, and Drew Brees is just better than Matt Schaub. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Saints here. Next game, an interesting game between two undefeated teams so far. The Patriots at the Bills. Now, let me start with the Bills. The Bills, they played pretty damn good the first 2 weeks. First week, they beat up the Chiefs 41-7. Next week, they win a classic, maybe the best game of the NFL so far this season. 38-35, coming back from 18 at the half to beat the Raiders. But the Patriots, it's Tom Brady. He's way too much this year. 2 games, both games he's passed over 400 yards. Only one pick so far. The offense is sensational. The defense is playing okay, but the defense is a little lackluster. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think the Bills, they may even put up 24 or 27 points, but I think the Patriots may score 6 touchdowns here, and I think Patriots are going to win. Next game, a game both teams kind of need. The Dolphins at the Browns. Now, the Browns, yes, last week they beat my team, the Colts, but we don't have Peyton Manning. I can actually use that. He's the team. The Browns, they're playing okay football. The Dolphins have played good in both weeks that they've lost at home against the Texans and the Patriots. But Dolphins' first road game of the year, I'm going to go with the Dolphins here to get a victory in Cleveland and be 1-2. Next, the Broncos and the Titans. Now, the Titans last week, they had maybe one of the biggest wins of the week of last week. They beat the Ravens at home, and now they host the Broncos. This is a tough game. I mean, the Titans, Matt Hasselbeck, he's tearing it up. He is fucking tearing it up. He's just blowing through teams. Let me check. 15 minutes. Okay. Now, he's just blowing through. Last week, 350 yards plus passing against a stifling, sensational Ravens defense. That should say something to you. The Broncos, last week, they had a tough win, but they beat the Bengals. First week, they just lost to the Raiders. Their defense got better. The offense needs a little improvement. This is kind of a tough pick. I'll go a little crazy here, and I may actually go for the Broncos to beat the Titans. I know that's a little crazy. The next game on my list, Damn, my internet's acting up. Sorry. Interesting game. The Giant, the Giants go down to Philly to play the Eagles. Now, let me start with the Giants. The Giants, they played comfortably last week against the St. Louis Rams on last Monday on Monday Night Football. They don't have a bad team, you know. Eli Manning, he has skills, but he just needs to stop throwing all these picks that he could have prevented, you know. The rushing game is all right. The defense is good. Now let me go to the Eagles. Last week, oh man, they could have beaten the Falcons, but as you know, Vic got hurt with a concussion. But I was watching earlier. He's cleared to play, so he's gonna play. So Giants, watch out. Um, Eagles played good in both games they've had so far. The offense is too much. The defense is sensational. And if I remember last year in the Meadowlands, I know Giants fans don't like this. The Eagles led. No, Giants led by 21 or 24. Fourth quarter, Eagles come back 21 down in the fourth quarter to win with 8 minutes to go. So, to be honest with you, Giants, I can't take y'all seriously. So I'm going to go with the Eagles here. Too much of Vic. Now, next game is two opposites. A big game here. The Lions and the Vikings. Now, the Vikings desperately need this win. I mean, the first 2 weeks, they could have won both games. Against the Chargers week 1, they could have won. Second week, they should have won against the Buccaneers, being 17-0 with the half. The Lions have played sensational football. They beat a Buccaneers team in surprise week 1. Then they hammered the worst team in the NFL so far this year, the Chiefs. And this is tough. I could go for the Vikings because the Vikings have been playing well, but I think I'm going to actually go for the Lions here to win. Lions are going to be 3-0. I don't think I would have thought of that. Now let's see. Next game, the 49ers and the Bengals. Now, the Bengals, last week I saw them actually lose to the Broncos. They played well. First week they played good against the Browns. But the 49ers have played excellent football the first 2 weeks. First week, they went comfortably against the Seahawks. Second week, they had a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter, but the Cowboys erased it to beat them in OT. So I think the 49ers are going to win here. I think they're going to find a way to beat the Bengals. Now, this is another big 4 o'clock game. The Raiders, the Jets, and the Raiders from Oakland. Now, this is a showdown over here. I mean, now, the Jets, they played great football the first 2 weeks. First week, they came back against the Cowboys from 14 down in the fourth quarter. Second week, they manhandled the Jaguars on both ends of the ball. The defense is good, but I don't know if y'all heard this, but I was on NFL.com, and they said Nick Mangold will not play. So he's the center for the Jets. He sets the tone when he gives the ball to Matt Sanchez. So that may hurt the Jets offensively, the offensive line. Now the Raiders have played excellent football. Darren McFadden is tearing teams up. Last week they should have beaten the Bills. That was an excellent game. First week they took care of business. I think, believe it or not, I'm going to go out here even if it's week 3. I think the Raiders are going to go to the playoffs. I think they're going to win. Cassandra, please go to your room. Please go to your room. Not now. I'm making a video. Go to your room. Go to your room. I have to continue the video. Hold on. Anyways, like I was saying, the Raiders are going to do good. I think it'll be too much of Darren McFadden. There's going to be too much of Darren McFadden in the game. So I think that the Raiders are going to beat the Jets. Next game, the Chiefs and the Chargers. Now, this, I'm going to laugh because The Chargers are gonna win. I don't even need to give an analysis of this game. The Chargers are gonna win against the Chiefs. Chiefs fucking suck. All right. Now another big game at 4 o'clock. The Ravens and Rams. I mean, this is a big game for both teams, believe it or not. The Ravens had a shocking loss last week. They played great against the Steelers in week 1. Now the Rams, they got something to prove. 0-2. They lost both games they should have won. But I think the Ravens are going to find a way to get the big win in St. Louis. Now this probably is the biggest game of the week here in the NFL, week 3. The Packers go down to Soldier Field to play the Chicago Bears. That's going to be a showdown in Chi-Town. Now, to be honest with you, I'm going to start with the Bears. The Bears, the first game, they dominated the Falcons. Second game, they didn't have the touch they needed against Drew Brees and the Saints. You know, they struggled. So, I don't know. I mean, the secondary looks pretty weak. You know, Jay Cutler has to step up if they want to win. Now, the Packers, what can I say? The defense is stifling. They forced Cam Newton to throw 3 picks last week. You know, don't mess with that defense. Now, the offense is pinpoint. The rushing game improved a little. Aaron Rodgers is just airing it out. No picks in 2 games. He's too much. And with the way the Bears secondary played last week against Drew Brees, and the Saints, Aaron Rodgers is going to pick apart the Bears. So, yeah, Packers are going to win here, baby. Next, the Cardinals and the Seahawks. Seahawks are struggling. Cardinals, they played pretty damn well. Even last week, they could have won. I'm going to go with the Cardinals here to beat the Seahawks. This is a big game for both teams here. Tough pick. The Falcons and the Buccaneers. Now, the Bucs, they played great in the first 2 games. They haven't played bad at all, you know. The Falcons, this is a sensational game, but I think I'm going to go with the Falcons here. They're going to get the W, you know. Now, next game, Sunday night game, which entails to me the Steelers at the Colts. Now, this is going to be a tough game. Like, I know the Colts, they lack with Kerry Collins. The offense is not like how it used to be. I get that. Sorry. The Steelers, they stepped up last week, but I don't know what to get from the Steelers. I really don't. I know I'm going to be crazy here, but I'm going to go with the Colts to win here. And the Monday night game, the Redskins and the Cowboys. Okay? Now, the Redskins, Rex Grossman has 2 pretty... Wait, they're 2-0, right? Yeah, the Redskins are 2-0. The Redskins played 2 pretty damn good games with Rex Grossman. Can't believe he won 2 games. I know it's Rex Grossman, but he has a bad reputation. You can ask Bears fans that. The Redskins have a good defense. Secondary has always been sensational. The running game is not bad. Rex Grossman's throwing pretty well. The Cowboys now, the defense has struggled a little. Okay, last week they came back from 10 down in the 4th quarter to go to OT and then win the game in OT. They needed that win badly. So I don't know. I mean, I think I'm gonna go with the Cowboys to win here. Plus Romo is scheduled to play, so I think Romo's going to play and have a good enough game for them to win at home. So, yeah, this is Patrick for Life, my Week 3 predictions for the NFL. Peace. Comment, rate, and subscribe. And tell me whatever you want to tell me. Okay. And soon, I may do a Q&A, so ask questions. Okay. Bye.